Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're going to recap what went down in the Clan War Leagues with Tribe Gaming, and we're going to take a look at some of these attacks, including one of my own. Alright, so I'm going to jump into the Clan War Leagues right here. You guys can see I got 508 medals. I mean, I was only in the 5 of the wars. Yes, I did have that one where I missed. But, I mean, we did pretty good overall as a team at 340. Too bad we could have been at 330, what was it, 343. Could have been there because we got a 1-star and then I missed my attack there, so 343. And then if those were both triples, that could be 344, 345. But I know I saw screenshots from like INTZ and they did amazing. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is jump into some of these attacks here, including one of mine that I'm going to plan out and show you guys the live hit. It's going to be pretty cool, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be with some queen charge miners, and then we'll jump into the others. Here is the base that I am going to hit here. This is the replay. I'll show you the live attack, but I'm going to walk you guys through the planning and what I wanted to do on this. So into this, I'm coming in with a queen charge into miners. I do have 2 bowlers in this case and the siege barracks. So what am I going to do? I want to somehow get let's think about this before I come up with the plan to walk you guys through. What would you guys do, right? So in a base like this, what are the key objectives? I mean, if you can grab the town hall is a key thing, the CC, the eagle, and then any scatter shots are a key, right? And those are really high objectives. Queen is also, but I think if you could get that eagle, the eagle and the town hall are probably the 2 most, but maybe even the eagle, to be honest, is the most important, because with miners can just hit the town hall, go under, and they won't get hit by the gigabomb. So the town hall is technically not as important, but you have to think about pathing. So there's a nice open section on each side of the base right here. So what I was thinking is if I get my king, and I can use my king, and he can clear this whole side over here, and then I can get my queen to charge into this town hall, that would be amazing. But that means I have to funnel this section. So I can drop like some balloons. I can drop a wizard here because I can drop like a wizard inside the circle of the mortar. He can step up and grab all this. The balloons can take this down. And then here comes where the bowlers are going to play a part. So I'm thinking if I drop my king here, he goes from like this. Then he walks up, and then he goes on the storage. If I double boulder bounce right here, I can take out that archer tower and that cannon, because the cannon has more HP than the archer tower. So by the time the cannon goes down, that means the archer tower will go down as well. So what that's going to help with is if I take all this down and I take all this down, right, with the king and whatnot, that's going to help force my queen into the base to the town hall, because this won't be up anymore. The bowlers would have bowler bounced onto that and taken it out. So I'm going to set the funnel here. I'm going to do bowlers with the king over here. I'm going to get the queen to go into the base like this. And now comes the next part. So if I take this down and I take this down, this is the initial push here. And then here comes the queen. Queen's going to walk in here and she's going to grab all of this, the town hall and whatnot, and she'll clear the CC. So that's the first part. Let me go ahead and kind of bring you guys the second part. So now comes the miners, right? So now the miners are going to come right into this cannon and this multi-target inferno, and they're going to go like that. They're going to come in with the Grand Warden and the Royal Champion. So miners are going to be responsible for this, for kind of this area, I can say. So miners will be responsible for this alleyway right there, right? The queen is going to be responsible for pretty much on this side of the base, and then she's going to actually continue down the base like this, because what I plan on having is a jump spell right here. Why do I have a jump spell right here? Well, the reason is because so that the queen can then continue into the base to go for this multi, and she can continue on that path, right? So a jump spell will be dropped right here, so I can get the queen. At least this is the initial planning, right? So the queen can go like this. So this is her alley, right? So technically, her alley now changes to this area as well. Queen can reach all of that, right? Because she's going to step up there. And then the miners are going to go like that. The king's alley will pretty much be all of this on the outside. So this is the king's alley down here.
he's going to clear all of this, right? So that would be the king. And then the miners are just going to continue their path right through the base like this, and miners will go like that on this side. So then your question is, well, Carbon, what about this area over here, right? Well, that is where the siege barracks comes into play, right? Siege barracks goes right here, and then the P.E.K.K.A, the wizards, will clear all of this stuff out, right? So basically all of this will be responsibility of that siege barracks right there, and then the hogs will come out of it, and the hogs will play a role, and they'll then kind of move their way through the base like this on the top side, just like that. So you can kind of see the different alleys, right? So the queen's alley is literally like this. That's what the queen's going to go for. And then the miner's alley is literally right in between the queen and the king, which will be on the outside over here. That is the king's designated area. So that's the plan of the space. Let me go ahead and bring you guys the replay, and I'll show you guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the attack right now. So here it is, right? So this is the attack that I'm doing. I recorded it live when I did it. So I dropped the wizard down here to help make sure that I can then get the king in here. You see how I zoom in all the way so that I make sure I drop the king on the right tile. So once the king aggroes the archer tower right here, that's when I drop the bowler so they can get the skip value, right? Now here comes two of the balloons to take out this archer tower. Down it goes, and there's the wizard on the mortar as well. So now the wizard helps clear that. Bowlers took that down. I still have my king ability. I pop that right there. He's going to run through. And then I'm waiting till this wizard takes out this dark drill because I don't want my queen to accidentally go to the top side there. That is not good. I want to make sure that the queen is going to make her way to the town hall. So once that's down, I now have the healers. I'm dropping them away. I don't want them to be in range of that multi-target inferno. That's why I dropped them in an angle from over there and not from like here, because then they would kind of move into the angle there. Unfortunately, I pulled a Seeking Air Mine, which I did not want to do, and it flew over to my healers. That was unfortunate. But look at all that value on the right side that the king got. A ton of value. It was a perfect right there. So here comes the miners, the royal champion, and the grand warden. They're taking their alley right here in between the heroes, right? So the queen is going to continue. I already dropped the siege barracks on the top side with the P.E.K.K.A and the wizards. They're going to clear there. There's the jump spell to help get that queen into that multi-target inferno. Pop the Grand War Internal Tome. I felt like the eagle shots were about to hit him, but I might have been able to wait a little bit. I might have been a little bit early there, but there, pop the queen ability onto that multi-target inferno. Miners are moving their way through this back end for the scatter shot. Here comes the hogs on the top side there, and they are moving through with a baby dragon and some balloons. I had some balloons that I was actually also planning on using on the back end for the mortar. I didn't know where the Tesla farm was, but then I found it right there, so I wasn't going to drop it until the hogs were a little bit kind of closer, and then I took out the mortar because I knew the Teslas were there, and then the baby dragon I was going to send for this wizard tower. That was not the plan, but I was initially just going to see where I'm going to potentially drop it. So I ended up having it, dropped it there, pulled the Seeking Air Mine unfortunately, but you can see I have one free spell left over, so pretty much a swag free spell at that, which is going to help get that 3-star, which was a perfect plan for the base. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into your Karma's attack here on this, which is also a base that I've seen multiple times, so I want to bring it to you guys. So if you guys do see it at Channel 13, and it might not have the same positioning of the scatter shots, but you guys might have an idea how to take it down. He comes in with the queen charge miners, and he decides to drop the queen over here on the left side. He's actually going to try to get this queen to charge into the base like this, and then to this eagle artillery. Here goes the king, and usually there is a Tesla farm right here. Every single time I've seen this base, that is the case. Drop some balloons here to help keep that queen in, and here comes the wall breaker to end up opening up this wall beautifully. And there he goes, finds a small bomb. He's going to be able to push his way in, and then the queen's going to make her way to that eagle artillery next. So perfect job. I was surprised. I was thinking she was going to walk down to the wizard tower, but I guess she wanted to go for the eagle, which was perfect. So now she's going to continue her way in. She's actually going to get locked down to this hound for a little bit. And let's see if this balloon can take out this cannon. He does drop another one there, but the queen should be able to go into this double cannon right here. Balloon's going to go down, but he does have miners, right? He does have a stone slammer. Sometimes we've been seeing a lot of the siege barracks that have been able to help set an additional funnel. I think siege barracks with the miners is a really strong play and very nice identification not to drop the poison spell, because all that came out was a lava hound, so that it would have been a little bit harder to get through these archers, but helps take it down. And now the queen is going to help get all this value. Look at this. He's going to be able to reach that multi-target inferno and all of these defenses and buildings here to help set that funnel for the miners. So here comes the miners on the top side right up here, and they're going to move their way right for this town hall right here. And let me go ahead and kind of bring it up so you can see these siege barracks here is going to be moving his way down here. Here comes the miners. The queen is actually still barely up. She has her ability and has yet to drop the royal champion. Out of here is going to be hog riders, and then you're going to see the royal champion come in here at 3 o'clock. So beautiful job. He got the queen to charge into here. She took out pretty much all of this value right down here, which then allowed the miners to go right in between where kind of the structure that he took out beautifully. And then they're going to continue down here. Royal champion helped a little bit more, and now the miners and the hogs are going to continue on the bottom side down here. Beautiful job, your Karma. He's going to be able to finish this one off. Balloon on the archer tower, but if you see that base, this is a really strong strategy to take it down, and I definitely know I've seen it before, so if I see it, I know the exact strategy at Talent 13. All right, the next base that is a common base that I've seen sometimes is this one right here. So you might have seen this a handful of times, and I've hit it before in a Legends League where my queen went up here and she looped around, and she was able to actually get the town hall. But in this case, I want to bring you the attack that doesn't happen like that. So his queen actually loops here, and then she loops all the way down this way. So that's why I want to bring it to you, because it's a little bit different. If your queen goes the way you're not expecting, you're going to have to be able to adjust on the fly, and that's exactly what Hex did, unless he planned for her to go down south. I don't think he did, because he dropped the baby dragon over here. He was hoping, I think, to get this queen to charge up the top side because of that funnel right there. But other than that, he was able to adjust on the fly here, and let's see what he does. So let's go ahead and put it on ×4 as he deals with this clan castle here. He takes it down. Queen's going to be able to go for the mortar, and then she ends up actually walking down, right? So I think initially he wanted the queen to walk up, maybe grab this town hall, and then send the king over this way so he can get miners in between. But that's not the case, right? So what is he going to have to do? Well, he's going to have to deal with his town hall somehow. He's not at 51%, so he's perfectly fine. His healers won't get hit by the town hall, but he's going to be moving his way in. He's going to make it to the Tesla right here, and he's going to step up for the air defense. And now let's see where these miners come in. So he drops the rage for the queen. At this point, he's pretty much going to lose the healers because of that multi-target inferno. So instead of sending the king and the siege barracks over here, he has to send it over here so the miners come right in between the heroes, right? That's the biggest thing. Miners go in between the heroes, and you don't have to use that Grand Warden Eternal Tome because of the town hall. The miners are under it, and they're perfectly fine. The queen lost her healers, but she's actually still going pretty strong on the bottom side, helping clean up a bunch of this trash. And now here goes the king, and then the king's over there. The royal champion's up here, and then the miners are right here in between. And here comes some back end hog riders to help with this base. So beautiful job adjusting on the fly. This is a very strong strategy that can help take this one down. So either if your queen goes down, this is the strat that you should do. If your queen goes up, you can do it kind of the same thing, but instead of dropping the king over here, the king can go this way, and miners would continue from the 12 o'clock position just like that. So really nice job, Hex, getting this triple here in the CWL with kind of the queen walk miners. Next up is going to be Wassman's attack here on number 1 against War of the Door, and he comes in with the kind of the Yeti Quake. And I'm bringing this because this is a base that I've also seen more than once, so maybe you guys have seen this one as well. So I want to bring you guys bases that are more than likely going to help you guys in case if you find it. So he's going to come in, drops the Quad Quake right in this area, sets a Grand Warden funnel with the healers here, so he can then get everything to charge his way right into this core. He's using the King to set the funnel over here to take out all this trash, which is then going to let the Yetis and the P.E.K.K.A.s move through. You might ask yourself, well, when do you take bowlers? When do you take P.E.K.K.A.s? What is the thing? Well, the biggest thing is probably you take the, I don't know, bowlers are just so weak in terms of they'll die by, if they don't have the healers on them, they even might steal the healers. You really want the healers to get pushed onto those Yetis there, and if those bowlers move off, they can just get picked off. Plus the Yetis can survive the Town Hall Giga Bomb when bowlers cannot if the Grand Warden is not there. So he pops his Grand Warden Eternal Tome beautifully. He's going to charge his way through this core here, still has his Royal Champ, and still has his Stone Slammer to drop. So the Yetis are moving his way through. Royal Champion's coming on the top side here, still has not reached 51%, so the Town Hall is not active, but the Queen can move her way through this back end here, drops the Rage for her, drops a Freeze on the Scatter Shot, but now this Town Hall looks like it got activated there, but he was able to actually take it down, and now he can still drop the Stone Slammer here. I've seen an attack like this that came in, had the Slammer go for the Town Hall, so that's why he was saving it here. So he was pretty much adjusting it. So every attack on this base that I've seen, because we saw it twice, this is the second time in the Clan War Leagues that we saw, was the Yetis came through this way, Quad Quake, but all the Yetis, I think it was because this wall breaker obviously opened up this wall right here, which then caused them to go down this alley, which normally they wouldn't. They would continue down this alley right here, and then the Stone Slammer would be responsible for that Town Hall. But in this case, Lossman was able to take the Town Hall down, and then he just used the Stone Slammer in a different location. And it looks like the King is actually still up, and the King was the one that also looked like to help take that Town Hall down. I think he ran maybe around, unless there would have been a unique angle for him. But nonetheless, Lossman gets it done right there for the 3-star. And the final attack that I want to bring you guys is this one. I've never seen this base before, but Shazo attacks this base with a very unique style. He doesn't do a Queen Walk, even though he's got 5 healers. He does a Royal Champion charge with the healers. And take a look at what he does here. So he's got dragons, so let's see. He pulls out the Clan Castle, the Lava Hound Ice Golem, okay. He's going to pull it off to the edge here, drops the Queen. The Queen's going to be able to help take care of it, no problem. Alright, so drops the poison, drops the King, down goes this right here, and takes care of the CC, no worries. So he sets a little bit of a funnel here, it looks like. He's going to use his King and Queen, and looks like that Queen ability had to go off, unfortunately. But look at this. This is the thing that I want to point out here, is this Royal Champion with the healers. Look at this, right here. The King burns his ability, the Queen goes down, so really they just set a little bit of a funnel. They can't even get any more than that. But here comes the dragons. And then this Royal Champion is just going to charge her way all the way through here. She's going to continue to jump from defense to defense. The dragons are going to go for the Town Hall area. Freezes the Town Hall of the Expos right there, or at least one of the Expos. Drops the Rage. You're going to pop this Grand War Eternal Tome through the Town Hall, through the Giga Bomb, or through the Eagle Shots, which was perfect, perfectly timed. And this Royal Champion, she's just going to continue to move her way up. Right, the Royal Champion is going to literally be responsible for this whole alley right here, and then the Dragons are going to be responsible for this alley right here. They kind of split off a little bit there, but the Royal Champion still has her ability right there, and has another Rage spell. So he drops some balloons on the Archer Tower to help pick that off. Dragons are moving around. This Royal Champ is being a monster, moving, jumping from wall to wall, taking everything. I think this base was literally like taken out with the Royal Champion alone. What a beautiful plan on this base. I remember I was looking at this base, I was thinking, what do I want to do on this? This is a little annoying. But then I was like, after I saw his replay, I was like, oh my god, what a brilliant plan on this one. Still has a Royal Champ, can pop the ability with the Grand Warden. Look at this. Helps finish this off. Healers are the last, and takes that Royal Champion down for the 3-star. Beautiful attack right here for the triple. Let me go and put on ×4 to end it. But look at that. Very nice job with that kind of Queen Charge Dragons, or not really Queen Charge, Royal Champion Charge, I should say. But yeah, so that helps us finish overall at the 340 mark right there, which was really nice. Definitely our highest ever as a clan. And well, now
combined with Tribe Gaming because we were WHF there. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun to play. I not miss the next one, so I will make sure all my attacks are definitely used to help us get even further, because the top spots are literally so close, and the next month is when it truly matters. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video of some of the attacks there from the CWL from Champs 1 with Tribe Gaming. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you guys go and hit that like button, subscribe down below for the daily content, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. CarbonFin signing out. Peace.